Good morning and welcome to the European crossover webinar. And we're seeing a pretty good little sell-off already here in the indices, even beyond what we saw even in Asia. I was actually trading in Asia, had covered before we got to this 50% and thought, okay, they're going to pop up, which they did. They moved up, looks like about 260 maybe. But here we are rolling again. But we are coming into some very key support here at coming in close to 15,145. That's actually an area that I had. Um, Bear with me, it might be easier this way. And what I've got here is a pipe. Move this, it might make it easier. There. We have the three highs here at coming in at 15,130, 141, 136, and 139. So those are two average highs there. And then look at the volume point of control comes in at 15,114 and 15,104. My thinking is that we're going to go in and all I didn't expect this to happen now is come down here and clip these highs, which would have been 15, let's call it 15,139. And then we'll probably see a bounce from there. But wow, they're really taking them to task this morning. And then I would have expected a bounce and then to come back down and to challenge that area around there at 15,104. But boy, they're already doing some pretty good heavy duty damage right now as we come in. And I'm talking about the NASDAQ. Obviously, the S&P, we got just past the 50% right now. And we're here at 43.73. So pretty good move already here in the S&Ps. I don't really pay as much attention to that to get into the finer levels. But even then here, pretty key support coming in here, 43.68. If we stretch that far, and who's to say we don't? Take a look as far as economic data. We did have PPI out of Germany that came in about a couple hours ago, and we do not have nothing. Actually had balance of trade out of Spain. It wasn't that big of a deal. And as we roll into today, we do get the housing market index out of the States at 10 a.m. Eastern. And that's it. But boy, we are really unwinding down here. And I would have thought we kind of would even out a little bit. Actually, look, you can see here, we've come down to kind of bouncing off this area here. Got into the 50s, 156. I would have liked it if we would have even dipped down here to that one, as I told you, that 139, 135 area, which is where, as I said, I thought we could clip those tops. Although there's no way I expected that to happen, in European trading, but quite surprised. And take a look where we stand here with the euro. The euro's down 16. Not that bad, really, on the euro. A little bit of support comes in here. And I guess in the meantime, we can just go on and jump into the analysis on that. Obviously, the big news is going to be the indices. I was just looking at fool's gold. Fool's gold's up about a couple of dollars, it looks like. Let's go on and pull up the bonus chart. This all the way over here. Let's keep track of what we are with these indices. And let's move into the euro. So the euro closed on its lows on Friday, opening a challenge to 1665. Immediate support comes in at 1705, which is actually what we just went down to. Resistance will be 1744. So 1705. And 1744. And the low right now in the euro is 1706. Oh, wow. Okay, pretty good. Cable. So cable closed Friday below support level of 37.52. The pair has the opportunity to challenge 36.25 with immediate support at 36.72. Oh, wow, looks like we came pretty close to that too. And resistance will be 37.73. Moving on to the Aussie. Now, the Aussie closed Friday at 3-week lows. The pair will be challenging 71.57 with immediate support at 72.10. So it's actually holding up a little bit better. And resistance at 73.19, 72.10. $73.19. And on to the dollar yen. Now, the dollar yen continues to trade somewhat directionless. The pair closed higher on Friday on the back of higher rates. Resistance will be 10.27 with support at 9.16. And Castrol Index. The dollar is closed above resistance level of 93.16, opening a challenge to the key level of 93.57. That will serve as resistance to start the week, followed by 94.08. Support will be 92.76. So 93.57. And support's 92.76. And on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin stuttered at the end of the week as equities faltered. Support will be weekly level of 46.412. Resistance will be 48.08. And boy, we're pushing beyond that. So we'll have to adjust that. Support's going to come in right there. Oh, that's what we just went to. See the body? Right there. 44.517. And resistance would be the 46,412 now. And onto the S&Ps. And this one exceeded. S&P futures will be targeting 43.85, and the low in the Asian session was 43.80 as a key level for bulls to defend. Resistance will be 44.37. Well, they've pressed beyond that, and here's going to come in the key support right now is right there. $43.67. And support, resistance now is going to be 43.92. Onto the NASDAQ. Support is going to be, we discussed that, 15,135. And resistance, 15,283. Fool's gold. Gold proved it's simply fool's gold as the metal broke hard, challenging 1750. Support will be 1738, followed by 1730. And resistance would be 1771. This is no longer range, that's bearish. And lastly, with crude oil, crude, despite the pullback in equities, managed to finish the week above 71.62. Resistance to start the week will be 72.42, with support at 71.15. Well, as I said, as the equities continue to break harder, that's even already been taken out. So we'll have to go with this body, and you can see there's some touches right there. So right there is going to be that body right there, 70.63. And resistance, go with this body right here, that wick of that low, 72.29. Don't know if we can even come close to that, but we'll see. There. So there we have it. There's the bias chart. As I mentioned, taking a look at even the NASDAQ and the S&Ps, they are coming into some really critical levels, as I mentioned before. I think it's easier to pull it up on here. So you can see as we drop, you can see here, we've got 15,141, 15,139, and 15,135. So my thought would be we'd come down here, we'd clip, we'll be way over here. We'd clip these and then we would move higher. And I didn't expect that to be. Now I expect this sometime to be in the US session, but we jump higher now. Then later on, which may have been later the day or the next day after that, we'd come down here and you can see the volume point of control, 15,114 and 15,104. So those are key right there. but we shall see. That's where we're at right now. There's the bias chart. And as I mentioned, we're at some key critical support here in the S&Ps. Push further than I even thought. I would have thought 43.80 was pretty good. I thought 43.85 initially, but I had 43.80 on the daily. You can see here, right there. We've even gone beyond that. So we've taken out the 50%. So we're taking this dip here. But there we have it. I'll get this posted, and we'll be in the chat room, and I'll be up through into the US session. So thanks for joining us here on the European Crossover webinar.